Flexcast, we are back. We're going to dive into the rest of our show. Appreciate y'all joining us. I like this topic, and I know y'all will like this too because y'all like Cardi B.
Love her.
This was one of the things that I was really excited about this topic because even before, artists were getting McDonald's deals and things like that, I've always been curious about like how Americana threshes with urban figures in entertainment, right?
Okay.
When you have a company that's a global company like McDonald's and they say, here, we're going to put Cardi and Offset on the face of a meal and how it disseminates, right? One of my favorite authors, his name is Michael Eric Dyson. He wrote a book called The Tanning of America. Mm-hmm. I strongly suggest any person of color who's like entrepreneurial or has like business endeavors to read it because it explains how you have to tailor your message to Americana, right? Mm-hmm. And like how they're going to, and this was something that kind of reminded me of that because there's been some backlash, right? There have been some franchisees. So for those of you who are unaware with how McDonald's works, McDonald's is individually owned and operated by franchisors. So it's a global corporation, and then they give franchisors the tools and resources, the locations, everything they need to run a McDonald's.
Yeah.
So your direction kind of comes from above when you're a franchisor, right? And there have been franchises that have actually refused to sell or promote Cardi or Offset because of their figures or ideals or the way they carry themselves outside of like McDonald's, which in my opinion is a fair criticism, right? Cardi has said some outrageous things. Offset has done some outrageous things. So it's fair criticism. I don't know if y'all remember. I remember Cardi admitted one time that she used to drug men and rob them. Yeah. Like you can't really, so I get it. Like the criticism to me, a lot of times we point at criticism and we be like, oh, that's not fair. To me, this criticism is fair, but they're also big enough to where it's kind of like, y'all might have to eat this. Yeah. And so I was curious, like, what y'all think about it? Should they be should McDonald's, should they be the face of like a global corporation in this regard? What do y'all think? Do y'all think the criticism is fair? Do y'all think that's just fake outrage? How do y'all feel? Nubia, you can go.
I guess personally, I mean, I didn't like why McDonald's. They could have picked anything else. I feel that. But McDonald's, what was the question again, Junior?
Just like, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel that like this kind of thing will keep artists and figures from being promoted in the future, or do y'all feel like this just kind of goes away? What are your personal opinions on it? Like, do you feel like artists who have the kind of identity that Cardi B and Offset have are good for business for companies like McDonald's?
I mean, I don't think it's not that it's not good. I also don't think that it's bad either because they have children. Okay. So like I feel like the kids tie into like, oh, McDonald's is playful, Ronald McDonald, like whatever. But
they also have a song called WAP.
But you know what? I really feel like they should be able to separate the part of her, of the ratchet side of her that we love so much, of her music, and then, she should be able to wear many hats, her and Offset. So I just, it doesn't, that was my answer. Okay. What about they should be allowed to wear many hats.
I think that how lucky is she to be considered acceptable ghetto? By acceptable ghetto, I mean, she's put on this image. She's done all these things. She's lived these life experiences. And because of the popularity that the world we live in now has made some of these behaviors on social media, they're now acceptable. Mm-hmm. So I think I read as well, too. Didn't they sell out like the little WAP sandwich or whatever?
There's been
a WAP sandwich?
No, there's not.
We're gonna
hold on. Before McDonald's sends a cease and desist, hold on. No.
So no WAP burger.
There's not a WAP burger. Hold on.
That's not.
But hold on. But what I would say though, because typically what they do, I don't know if y'all saw, Travis Scott got a meal, Bad Bunny got a meal. All they do,
But wait, did Travis Scott get his meal before that whole incident happened?
I believe it was before. Yes, I believe it was before. But I mean, even if it was after,
but they didn't sell that much.
To me,
they pick and choose though.
To me, but here's the thing. To me, when you get to a level of a Travis Scott or a Bad Bunny, right? You got there because of your brand.
Yes. Correct.
There are some things with your brand that maybe don't align, but like there's enough to where they was, because like I'm gonna be honest, Travis Scott has done some shit that even before that he's done and said some things that I'm like, can you really represent McDonald's after saying that? Like, but it didn't stop them, you know what I mean? And so, in my head it's more so just about like, there's always going to be there's positive and negative, like you said. There are places where the meal is wildly popular, and then a little higher up the scale, there are franchises who are like, I'm not selling this girl who sings about her WAP out of my drive-through. So I feel like there's been both, and it's been kind of interesting to watch. We're going to keep following it because I think that, if Nicki Minaj gets a meal, then it didn't really matter, you know? But I'm curious to see how McDonald's goes about this, because now what's happening is there's a mutiny, right?
Yeah.
And we have franchises inside the company who are like, I'm not doing this, because they don't rock with the urban culture, you know? Yeah. And then we have the urban culture who's like, no, we're going to sell it out. Yeah. So now who wins? You know, so it's interesting to watch that. It's interesting to see it. I wanted to get y'all's perspective on it. We'll keep y'all updated on that, because who knows? Like it might have updates. From what it seems like, it might just go away, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with the Cardi B offset meal at McDonald's. They always push stuff like that under the rug. It'll go away. I think so too.
Yeah. We said that like McDonald's was good. It's nasty as hell.
I think that
it's a low quality meal.
I think that they've but they also have things on their menu that are healthy.
Like
what?
McDonald's has wraps and salads too. So like but you're making that face. But I think that they had to, what they've done in the last couple of years, they've introduced menu items that are, because they started to hear their reputation.
About and they were like, people fat.
Not just that, but just also about like the quality of the food, right? I don't know if y'all saw the video where they put like
yes,
they put a burger in like in
someone's car, yes,
and something like that. So they started to hear that, and so they started to add other things to their menu, and now it's more so like a conversation for I think
I've seen something about them trying to come out with like a vegan option, like
that
nuggets.
too. Like they have the power to do whatever they want from under those arches, because the arches are powerful enough for them to do that. Now it's just interesting to watch them kind of like tan, for lack of better words, but we'll see how it goes. I know Offset and Cardi B are not missing any dollars. So.
They really not.
Yeah, so it won't make or break. Yeah, it won't make or break them, but it'll be interesting to see what it means for the future of like McDonald's with urban entertainment involved.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right.